Good day, everyone. Hello, it is me, Coach Tomeka James, with the Masterclass Marathon. It is Saturday, it is 12 o'clock, and I'm here to bring you some information about something that you might or might not know that you need to know. So I'm a life and business coach, and I absolutely love what I do. I do have another guest coming on with me this morning. So guys, the Masterclass Marathon is an opportunity for anyone who is in business to be able to speak and do a session for 13 minutes that would be considerably a masterclass that you would have done on your own, but you're out here on the internet in the public. Hi, empowering to you. Hello, and hello. Yes, thank you for calling all of us millionaires. So this afternoon, I want to just share some information that I like to share. And I have another guest coming on. So when they come on, we'll have them to speak with us as well. I see some folks. Hi, Tomeka. Tomeka, I'd love for you to speak on the Masterclass Marathon as well. So what we do is we spend 13 minutes sharing information that we would have considerably done privately in a masterclass. Now, those of you who are doing masterclasses, you know that it can be difficult to get people into your masterclass if you're not doing all of the things that need to be done, which is getting leads and then giving people information about the classes that you're offering, inviting them, all of those things. You have to get people on the list and then set it up. So I love doing this because it's a bunch of us who actually are able to come in and do a session. Now, Tomeka, yes, awesome. So there's a link in my bio for you to sign up, and it's free right now. Nobody's paying to do it. You just fill out the form. It's quick, and we have your info and we make a flyer for you. And Tomeka, if you happen to want to speak today, let me know, because it's just myself and maybe one other person. So we normally have a whole stream of people. And guys, by the way, those of you who are used to seeing this, tomorrow we're not doing it for Mother's Day. So please let me know if you do want to speak on it today. If not, then just fill out the application. Just let me know. All right, I'm going to jump into my presentation because I have some things to share with you guys today. So I am a life and business coach, and what I want to talk about today is being a life and business coach and what it looks like, the things that you have to do. Now, I know that a lot of people who delve into this area, first of all, some of you don't even know if you're a coach. What you're doing is you're helping people and you're not sure if you want to use the title. So I want to first and foremost say, if you want to use the title of a coach, then you can do so. And if you don't, then you can just do what you're doing. Now, coach has a lot of weight to it because it tells people that you're here to do a particular thing. Now, I love my coach title because it lets you know that I am in a certain space. And what coaches do is, I'm going to tell you, more than anything, we help others with figuring out where they are, what they're going to do next with strategy. We help others to think and to pull out the best in others. So all of those things occur in the coaching space, and I absolutely love it. Now, for me, I have been doing it for years before I decided to completely take on the title. So if you're considering to do it, listen, jump in head first, go for it, because I love this space. I do want to share with you guys, I'm traveling right now. I am in a whole nother state and I travel a lot. And I did a post earlier to share that. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to let you know, because of me being a coach and having this life, it allows me to be able to move around. In my past life, I was a licensed cosmetologist. I'm still licensed and will always be. But I couldn't move the same way. So with this career, it's a little different. Okay, a lot of flexibility. Now, what I want to talk about today, let me get to my notes for you guys today. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not waving to you, but hello and welcome to the Masterclass Marathon. All right, a couple of things that you have to focus on if you are going to be a coach. And a coach is someone who helps someone to get from one position to the next. You move people, you help them to do certain things. You teach. So if you have techniques, you teach techniques. If you're dealing with people who don't know how to get out of like ruts and things like that, you help with those kind of things. All of those things are under the coach title. Now, Today, I want to talk about 3 things. In the coaching arena, some things that you're going to have to do are you're going to have to make sure you have some sort of a business plan. And I'm not talking about solid business plan as in, writing out the whole thing, that whole document that you fill out. I'm not talking about that. You do have to have a plan as to what you're doing. Let me explain something. What I see is that some people decide they want to do this and they're randomly doing things. If you're not leading yourself to anywhere in particular, guess what? You get anything and you do anything. So when you have a plan, you literally are moving forward towards something. I'm also going to talk about your mental plan. That's something that is necessary to be focused on, and also your social plan. So let me just backtrack and talk about a couple of things. So your business plan. Today I want to talk about the fact that you have to know exactly what your goals are. So in the coaching arena, you have to decide on, as you have already determined who you are and what you bring to the table, how many clients do you really want? So for me, I do one-to-one services with private clients, and I also have programs that are running. Now, some of you will have one program, some of you will have several, and you'll determine all of those things. And that's basically what I help you with to figure out which way you're going. But here's what I want to say. When doing private clients, it means that I'm working one-to-one. I work with my private clients for 1 hour. So what happens in that arena is I get on a Zoom call with them for an hour. We work through all of the things that they're working on. I work with clients who are looking for a strategy for their business. They've started, they've stopped, and they're like literally like, I can't keep back and forth. I want to be on a trajectory going up. And we talk about what they are aiming to have, and then we talk about what needs to be done day to day to get there. So in the business and on the life side, all right. So I help a lot with automations, because most people who come to me, they're tired of doing what they're doing, and they really want to find another way to maximize on their time and have systems and automations that work for them, so they're not doing everything. All right. Now, when it comes down to that as a coach, right, what you have to figure out is how many of those one-to-ones do you actually want to do? Now, a lot of people who start in coaching, hi Latoya, a lot of people are trying to figure out your time management, number one, and then you're trying to figure out, like, how does everything fit? So for me, I originally thought I wanted a lot of one-to-one clients, and as I started moving, I'm like, I actually don't want a lot of one-to-one clients. So you're going to figure out how many of those you want to work with per week. Now, here is what I learned as I progressed through my coaching career. I began to take on my one-to-one clients, and I'm working with them for 1 hour. But when I get off a call with a one-to-one client, I fill out an electronic form that I've created, and it has spaces on it for the things that we discussed that they need to work on. So even though they were expected to take notes, I write down the things that I want them to be accountable for. And I also type in those blocks, and it emails to them automatically. So I set up an automation so that when I'm done with working with the client, I can fill in what they should be working on. It goes to them automatically. It also creates like a tracking record of what we spoke about, what they should be doing. They can look at it, and by next week we return to the same document and we look at it to make sure they've done those things. If they haven't, then we need to make sure they continue. So I'm also an accountability partner. So why am I telling you all of this? When I work with the one-to-ones, it's not just an hour with the client, meaning that when I get off, I have to finish typing up the document. I also send them a copy of the Zoom session that we were on so they could be able to review it and watch it again. So that takes a few more minutes. So I'm saying to you, your plan, you have to look at the timing of everything to make sure things are done properly, right? Okay, which means I decided I didn't want to have that many one-to-one clients. All right, so that goal has to be figured out. You also have to know how many people that you actually want to have in your program. Now, you'll have what you have based upon the amount of energy you put into it, but you do need to have a goal that you're working to. Do I want 5 people in the program? Am I going for 10? Am I going for 15 or 20? And what does all of that look like? What do the numbers add up to be as well? So when you know what these numbers are, it tells you what kind of energy that you're going to put into what you're doing. All right, now, IGA is an acronym for me, income generating activities. Once you have determined what your goals are, you now literally have to sit down and say to yourself, what are the IGAs? Hi, Sasha. what are the income generating activities that I'm going to do to get me closer to the goals that I have already determined? Now, income generating activities are the things that lead you to the money. If you're doing something and it does not get you closer to the money that you're aiming to make, it's not an income generating activity. And some of us are doing too much busy work. We're not doing things that lead us there. Now, Alive, just so you guys know, is an income generating activity because you're literally showing up. You are doing some of the things I'm going to speak about next that need to be done for your business, and everything is literally moving. But the moment that you remain quiet and you're not taking action or don't have any actionable steps towards getting to the bag, you're not going to get there. Okay. It's not magical. Now, on another occasion, I'll come back and talk more about what income generating activities are. I just spoke about Alive is literally one of them. There are so many of them that need to be done. And it's even emailing, setting up emails and all of that back end stuff. Now, next, I want to talk about your mental health plan. Now, right now, thank God for my life. Thank God for my career. Thank God for my career change, for all that I understand about life and business and everything. I love being a coach because literally it's just changed everything mentally for me. I remember being in a salon, and I did love everything I did when I was in a salon. Hi, Javante. I loved it all. But I will tell you this, I have a totally different life at this point. I no longer stand up servicing people. I now sit, I think a lot. I create structure for the things that I'm doing, and then I get those things done. I send work out to other people to do. I don't do everything, and I'm not physically responsible the way that I was. So you all have to decide what you want your life to look like, but mentally everything changed. I exercise at different times of the day. So when I was stuck behind the chair, and I don't want to say stuck, but when I was behind the chair, I had to report at 9 a.m. I didn't get out until 7, 8, sometimes 9 p.m. So I was doing like 12-hour shifts, and I was making a certain amount of money standing there physically working. I couldn't go exercise. I remember at some point in my beauty career that I really got serious about my exercise, and I was like, if I missed it in the morning, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to now take a piece of the time that I would eat for lunch, and I will walk outside on the days when it's feasible to do so. So that was the way I had to tweak it. But still, in the beauty industry, it's hard to walk away from your chair and talk about going outside for a walk, to go for a walk. Like, people looking at you like, where are you going? They expect for you to go in the corner, eat your lunch, and then hop back on their head. So I absolutely love the career that I've chosen because it gives me this time freedom and this flexibility to have a different level of my mental, whatever. All right. The mental part is very important. It definitely hit me this week. Yeah, I'm waiting to chat with you about that. So let me talk about that. Latoya, that was a perfect interlude to the next part of what I wanted to share. So what I do in my programs, no matter what the transformation is about in the program, I'm a life and business coach, and I understand my assignment. There's a part of the work that I do in the programs which is helping everyone with the mental piece. Now, I have a business membership, which is called UBG, and in there we do goals every week. But for me as a life and business coach, once again, I understand my assignment. Even though it's about business, we have a part where they have to work on their self-care every single week. So literally they have to write down their self-care goals every week. We have 4 minutes in the program to sit and be quiet and write your self-care goals. Now, whether you guys decide to join that program or not, I will give you the tip of doing so. Have a point in the week where you sit and you write out your goals and you focus on what you know you need to do for you and accomplish it by the next week. Now, what I love about that program is that when we come back, they're writing their goals again. And on occasion, we talk about, well, did you hit all of these or not? Depends on what time we have in the program. But I understand that that's a part of the entrepreneur being a whole person. If you haven't decided on what it takes to make you feel good and to keep your body in order and all of the things, like everything works together. What you eat, how you think, the amount of time you spend with yourself, the focus you have on the work and the time that you decide not to focus on the work, that all has to have some sort of a balance or else you crash. Okay. Now in my programs, I was saying, that there's a component in every single program that I have for that piece where we get to communicate about where everyone is and what they need and what's actually going on. Okay. Now, some of the things that happen that I deal with in my programs are belief. Guys, I want to tell you, it doesn't matter what part of entrepreneurship that you have delved into. If that thing, which is belief, if it creeps up on you and you don't believe in 100% what you are doing, it will shut you down. I'm telling you the truth. And Sasha, you know, because you do the same kind of work that I'm talking about right now. If your belief system in yourself and in the things that you're going to do, if it's in the basement, it makes it hard for you to continue on. So I'm going to share something real quick. Belief is, it sits in a lot of different spaces. But number one, I pray that most of you have a God that you pray to and that you are thankful for your existence, because I sure do. When you have that, and outside of just that, you have to believe and have faith that the things that you are aiming for are going to happen. If you don't believe it, even if you can't see it, it's hard for it to happen. Belief also is, and faith sit in a space of, I understand that I don't know all of the details, but I really truly believe that it's going to happen. So I'm going to put I'm going to frame my mind around something I can't see yet and have the faith in it. And I'm going full speed ahead. I will figure it out along the way. I'll get the help that I need, and I will continue to believe that it's mine, and then let everything else add up. That's what faith and belief is all about. So I help with that. And then I want to talk about self-doubt is another thing that in the coaching arena, when the individual that is set out to be the coach that wants to help other people comes into a space where you doubt what you are doing, if you can help other people, you're going to have a mental block. It's going to shut you down. I promise you it'll shut you down. But what I help with in the programs that I offer is things like helping you to really understand what you said that you meant that you were going to do, and helping you to see clearly the amazingness that you have right now and how it feeds into the future, and how you have to sit on that and you just continue to build yourself. And you are who you are, you know what you know, but you're also always building what you know and who you know, which brings me to, so that's what I work on in my programs. But because you're not sure. And what it brings me to is one of the things that I do for me personally is I read a lot of self-help books, business books, self-help, all sorts of books in that arena. Why? Because these things feed me at any moment in time when I may be like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know. And I have those moments. I don't have as many as most people because I've already learned how to kind of get through those things. I'm already sure of what it is that I bring to the table. I understand what I do. I know. But a lot of people don't have that. And sometimes you need to read in a book how you do that, what you can do next, what you need to build on. You learn something new and you literally grow yourself in the moment while reading, okay? And reading can help you to get the energy that you need to just keep going. So you have to always have some sort of a business book by your side that's telling you also about someone else's woes. You need to know who made a mistake, so you don't make them the same mistake. And you need to know the mistakes that they made. How did they get out of that and over it? That is why we're reading about people's autobiographies, their lives, and how they got to their millions and how they got through certain things. You learn a lot through that. And that is what I use, and in one of my programs, we read books together as well. Now, let me move into your social plan. So your social plan has to be that you must show up in 3 different areas. You must educate, you must motivate, and you must entertain. Now, out of all 3, I know that the entertain one is the hardest one for most people, because you realize that you're here to do mostly business, but you're like, well, how do I entertain these people? So I'm going to tell you about an entertain one real quick. I don't know if you guys saw the post that I just put up, which was like late last night, and it was me traveling. Your life is the entertaining piece. Now, I want everybody to know social media was built for it to be social. Then, these Mark Zuckerberg and all these other folks, they had these crafty ideas about beginning to sell ads and make it a space where you can share your business and stuff like that. But it started off as social. So people still look for that to some degree. So even if they're following you and they're looking at you for business tips, they kind of want to know what's going on with you, what's happening in your life. And a lot of times the things that are going on in your life are representation of kind of where you are in life. So you do want to share a little bit about those personal things. Now, I shared that I was traveling again. I'm always traveling, as you guys know. I shared that, and when I shared the travel, it this time is a personal travel trip. I'm here with family, but I'm able to do that. So as a coach, it shows that I'm able to travel because some people cannot travel. Now, I'm sharing that I'm still a human being, even though I get up here, I teach, I educate, I do all of these things. But there's another component to my life. And as a coach, I'm happy to be able to have that. So if you have to figure out how do you do the entertain, just share pieces of your life in between the other stuff. Now, the motivation is where you encourage people to continue to go on, especially in the arena that you're already in, sharing things like motivational quotes and sometimes coming on and, telling people stories about how you've overcome something. That can be motivational to some people as well. That could be on the entertaining side too. Okay. All right. Lately, I have personally been making these motivational quotes and motivational 30-second things in my stories. So what I do, I'll share real quick. I flip my camera around and make it a black screen, and then I hit the record button, and then I say something motivational, and then I go in and click on captions at the top, and I let the words come on the screen. So I've been doing something motivational in my stories. Now, what I could also do with that is I could take that and save it, and I can make that a YouTube short as well, and pop that same video over to YouTube for 15 seconds. Okay. So that's something that you could do to move your content around, but being motivational as well. Hopefully these tips are good. If I'm giving some good tips, y'all, give me some hearts on the side. Give me some comments in the comment area. Tell me a little something, because I'm the only speaker right now. So just wanted to give you guys as much as I could today. All right, now, as far as the education goes, being a coach, you want to be able to share what a person needs to know about what you do. You want to tell them how to do it, and you want to tell them what to do. So being in the educational space, what are some things that they need? How do they do a particular thing? Why should they do something? Even why shouldn't they do something? Those are some of the educational things. Whatever softwares you're using, whatever you've learned along the way, all of the things about what you do. Literally just share something. Thank you for getting a badge, Javante. You're the best. So your educate part, I'm going to share a little deeper real quick. Where does it come from? Because I understand as a coach, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm scrapping for content. I keep saying this over and over, and I will continue to say this. Sit down and spend at least 15 minutes, and I want you to think about the pain points of your audience. Who is it that you're talking to? Who is it that you're looking to buy into your program and to connect with you? What is it that they actually have an issue with? Why does your program exist? When you sit and think about this and you write those things down, you now have a list of their pain points. Now what you're going to do for your educate part of your content is literally sit and help them with all of those things. The people who are coming to you, they're coming to you because they met you and they learned that you have information about what they want to do, further. And now you have to say to yourself, well, how do I help them? So you just sit in small spurts. You just keep giving pieces of information about what they need to do. Sort of like what I'm doing right now. Now, what I love about this Masterclass Marathon for me personally is that I've been taking the Masterclass that I've been doing for the certain amount of time, and I come back and I screen record when I was sharing some tips. So now I can take this same live and I grab just a few, minutes of it, and I can repurpose that somewhere else. once again, YouTube Shorts, take a piece of it just straight over to YouTube in long form, take pieces of it, drop it into the stories. So when I do this, it's feeding the rest of the business because I'm sharing things about becoming a coach, which is what my program is about, and I'm able to use this content. Okay. So what else do I have here for you guys? So yeah, use those pain points. I mean, I'm telling you, just keep coming back and sharing all the info that you can. Now, I want to share also as a coach, one of the things that I do when I'm traveling, I travel with the ability to, how to say this? I travel with a notebook, okay? Like I got a notebook right here, okay? And it's either going to be this big one or it's going to be a small one. I need to be able to write things down when things come to me. I also do use the note section of my phone when I'm on a plane or something like that. And I jot down anything when I'm sitting still. So when I'm traveling, I utilize the time on the plane for focus time for what's next in my career. I take a nap, I wake back up, but then I'm in think mode because I'm stuck in this chair. I can't go anywhere. So I think about what else do I want to add into my program? How do I want to showcase who I am to the public? This time around, one of the posts that I just posted, I also put underneath, I spent time, because you got to organize and strategize as well. What I did was on the plane, I deleted about 500 something photos and videos from my phone. Guys, if you are in this coaching arena, you have to have enough space on your devices, even though you should be buying cloud storage, to be able to safely be able to record things and do all of the things you need to do to keep your career going. So utilize a piece of your time and every week to sit and delete. Keep making space for what is next. Okay. Now you never know if you're going to sit and you're going to want to do a long form video and then all of a sudden everything shuts down on you because your storage is so full. So that's something else that as a practice that is something that I consistently do. I sit and I do the deletion of the things that, you know, just are filling up space. Okay. All right. I spoke about this earlier real quick, and this is going to be like my last tip today. I spoke about reading, and I read also, I carry books on the plane. So a part of my plane time, I'm going to pull out a book. And let me tell you why I do this. Number one, because I'm on track to making sure that I'm reading. But when I read while I'm on a plane, while doing all of these activities, the reading, it induces good thoughts, and it makes me think more about my business. So I'm reading a business book, and I've done my deletion. I've thought about a couple of things in business, but when I start reading, there's always something in these powerful books that I read. Like right now, I'm reading The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, something like that, whatever the title of it is like right there. So when I read a part of that book, it gave me inspiration to think about something I need to do in a program and something I need to do for myself. So then I went into another mode of planning. So now I shut the book and I start to think about this information that I just got in this book. How does it apply to me, my life, and my business? And what am I going to use from it? And I begin to write out some things that are useful while I'm still stuck on this plane for a couple of hours. So I just wanted to share like how I do things and what you may want to do, and just how you can continue to progress. Last tip. This is what I'm doing right now while I'm also away. You know, when everybody's doing other stuff, I sit and I think about, I have different aspects of business. What is it that needs to be done in all of them consistently? So I'm writing out this new type of plan where, okay, like this, social media. So my program UBG is for business and, entrepreneurs and business, social media lessons, all of that. Become a Coach is about being a coach. So for that program, I have to do the same things to promote it. So now what I'm doing is writing out a plan, and here is how it goes. I have to do social media for each of them, right? So I have testimonies for all of the different programs. I don't want to just put a testimony out for Become a Coach when I have testimonies for UBG. So now I have to consistently put testimonies out for each thing. Testimonies also, guys, are so powerful. They are the thing that says someone bought my stuff. They were here. They liked it. They loved it. It was useful to them. And someone else gets to see the proof in the pudding. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're pulling up your testimonials. Now, I could go on and on about this plan that I'm writing out that is relative to all the different things. I also have a trade show called Extensions Expo that is a program now as well. So all the same things need to be done for all of them. Now it's a matter of what days do I say this, but they all have, the things have to be done for all of them. Okay. Now, if you're going to do this and you have multiple things going on, who's doing it? That's the question. And that's how you win, when it's not only you that's handling all the things. Write out what needs to be done and find out who's going to do all of the things and get them done. And then you'll have a successful coaching business. Hey, the Jamaican CEO, is that Rohan? Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm closing out. I thank you all for joining. If you have something to share and you have a masterclass that you could do about something about your business, I want you to click the link and register to speak on the Masterclass Marathon. So you can speak next week. We're doing Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is at 12 noon and Sunday is at 7 p.m. You can come and you can do a 13-minute presentation. I know I did more because I was the only one speaking today, but you could do a 13-minute presentation and then I give you 2 minutes to tell people about your business and how they can connect with you. Okay. My goal is to connect as many entrepreneurs as possible with the person who needs them, and just giving visibility. So that's what this is all about. And also I've learned that everyone who does this is honing their speaking skills. What you should know about live is that I could come up here and I could just be an amazing speaker and I could flow, or I could have a few hiccups because it's live. Like, people expect that live brings like who knows what. So it's an arena where you can be, continue to build your skills, and no one's looking for perfection. But through this Masterclass Marathon, many have been getting exposure, making connections, and literally just showing up, on a regular basis. So guys, Jack isn't feeling too well, so y'all get send prayers out to Jack the God, who does the flyers for this. So I'm sending prayers out to her as as we should. Okay, all right, I will see you guys later. I'm gonna go and enjoy my family, and once again, I'm glad that I am a life and business coach, because my life is completely different. I move so different, y'all. I literally work a few days a week, and I do spend time working on my business on some of those other days. But setting up automations and doing certain things, it just gives me so much time freedom, and I absolutely love being a coach. And if you want to be one too, just connect with me. If you got questions for me and you're not really sure, just book a call with me and we can get on for about 20 minutes, and we'll find out if we're a good match, and if what I have to offer is something that's going to work for you. I break down the walls of that messy stuff that's going on in your brain. I help you to gain clarity on who you are and what kind of coach you are going to be. And then I help you to build out your program inside my Become a Coach program. And I absolutely love what I do. So yes, thank you, Latoya. Thank you. She said amazing coach. Latoya is in my Become a Coach program. And we've been having an amazing time. And it's real life, y'all. And listen, I'm here for all of the pieces of what happens. I'm here for all of it, okay? So I will see you guys next week for the Masterclass Marathon. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing this out with anyone else, and you still can share it after it's over if you think someone needs this. I thank you all. You guys have an amazing day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Bye now.